Hi, welcome. Sorry about the delay getting in here, but we are ready to go. We are not going to have D'Artagnan with us today. He's got a work-related emergency, so I will be playing the part of Prolethea for today. This is session 3 of RINGWEB, a short Numenera mini-campaign. It's set in the RINGWEB itself, where the nomadic village of today, suspended on a web on the inside of this tube tunnel that connects with itself, is protected and in the shade of the light of tomorrow. However, our group of heroes have gone out into the wasteland of yesterday. And that's where they spent the previous episode. They had some revelations. They went into yesterday searching for the body of Hana, a very special student that had disappeared previously. And they were chased by some dangerous beasts that seem to have been generated.
Fine.
Yeah, they seem to have been generated by the environment itself.
Man.
Prolethea held. They had an interesting. They discovered the remains of the previous guardian, who looked like she had met a very difficult end.
It's fine.
That's fine.
Some Dark Horizon shit there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They found an area of unusual darkness, which they then did some athletic climbing to circumvent. I was very impressed with that. That was coordinated.
Some rope swinging.
Some rope swinging, some climbing.
Yes.
As the group has proceeded deeper into this wasteland, you saw some of some strange, look like generated buildings made of sand, but they were reborn buildings.
Yeah.
And they go
Not Ariadne structures.
And then dog beasts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which seemed to emerge from sort of sarcophagi that were kind of rose like pustules out of the surface of the.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was gross.
And do you remember the dogs' faces? How could you forget? They had these ceramic humanoid faces that split open along 2 axes to reveal a single sort of flaring eye.
Yeah, how could that not be fine? Obviously, everything's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine. We're all fine here.
Yeah.
How are
We're all
you?
fine. How are you?
We're all
And then we
fine.
ran.
I had forgotten about it. I blocked it out.
Blocked it out.
In order to
This-
sleep at night.
There's
Yeah.
also the fact that we're at a precipitous drop into an infinite hole with a glowing
yeah,
sphere
we
coming
You
out.
heard some things about even time and gravity
Yeah.
getting more disjointed, and dilated as you go deeper into the wasteland of yesterday.
Literal cliffhanger.
Yeah,
Literal.
Prolethea threw a Cypher on the bridge to make it very slippery,
Yep.
to
Because
slow
Letty's
down
brilliant.
some of your pursuers.
Mhm.
And then, but you had been chasing. You'd seen a blue light and heard Hana's voice.
Mhm.
And then Nico was running at the head of the group and managed to stop herself just short before the edge of an incredible chasm.
She's about to friggin' jump.
Yeah, I mean, it descends off into the darkness. You've never seen a chasm this deep should not exist given the geometry of your world.
Yes, and I was like, you guys talk to the doggos, I will talk to the glowing death sphere, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's
It's
fine.
fine.
Yeah,
It's
we're good.
fine.
Yeah, we're
Fine.
good.
We're fine.
How are you?
We're happy for everybody tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the previous episodes.
Yes. If you haven't seen them, they're on VOD.
Yes,
They're
they are.
on
YouTube.
YouTube.
QueueTimes YouTube has them if you want to catch up on
YouTube.
them. There's a session 0.
Thank the gods for the VODs.
Let's get through a couple quick announcements. I want to say hi to a few people in the chat. Hi, Heart of Handprints. Hi, Jordan. Hey, Smokebeard Hype. Good to see you. Yeah. We're happy that you enjoy this show. We're happy to see a lot of you who watch our other streams. We really appreciate it. We love you. So what announcements do we have? What kind of game-related announcements before we get into what's going on?
Voting is not a game, but it is a very important thing, and we highly encourage people to do it. There are still states where you can register to vote. Check your registration. Check it early. Check it often.
Yeah.
Don't vote early and vote often. You can vote early. Don't vote often. That's illegal.
Yeah.
But I encourage you to do it in the United States and wherever you are where democracies are distributed.
Yes,
If you don't
here
participate, you can't complain.
Here where we're at, here in California, the voter registration date is October 22nd. So do that. You can do it online. You can do it in person. You can do it at the post office. Do it, please.
You can send a very clever carrier pigeon if you're very clever.
Yeah.
Don't believe them when they tell you your voice doesn't matter. It does.
It does.
The only vote that doesn't matter is the one you don't cast.
Yeah,
It's true.
Was it 60 million people didn't vote at all last time they were eligible? So
Also,
Yeah.
the votes for Mickey Mouse, though.
Yeah, don't do that.
yeah,
That.
don't vote ironically at all.
And you,
Yeah.
you really don't need to give the mouse more power.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean-
Refs.
Okay, moving on.
Yep.
Other announcements.
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
World Anvil. We have a new sponsor, World
Yeah.
Anvil. We're going to be talking more about that soon. It is a fantastic tool for digital cartography to create lands, maps, entire planets, entire galaxies of adventure. So you'll be seeing us use a lot more World Anvil things soon, including, should we even say what our next campaign's going to be? No, we'll let the man himself be here when we announce that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we'll let
Yeah.
the man himself be here.
No, that's not the.
But we might have a little
that's
interim
not the
one,
next.
too. The next one.
Oh, that is not the now.
Yes,
The
you're
next
the
one.
next
Yeah, I'm the next
Let the man
one.
himself do the
Let
announcement.
the man himself do the announcements.
We're thinking so many games ahead.
True.
People,
yes.
we have so many cool games,
Games on
in
games on
development
games on games
right
on
now.
games.
Yes, like
Almost enough games.
And
almost.
they're gonna get longer.
True.
You'll be able to spend more time with characters.
So long.
Yes. But I don't know if you saw, I did have a little announcement this week, little things happening. I'm writing an official Dungeons and Dragons comic book for IDW.
Yay!
Dreams do come true. We're working on a streaming tie-in, so all of this should hit early next year. Should be a lot of things happening, a lot of D&D related hijinks, including
Speaking of D&D, the Uncommon Trust and friends are officially doing D&D in a castle.
Yeah!
It's still very much in the DL, so if you go to D&D and DL, did I not say DL?
No,
you
D&D.
did. No, she made a point
Oh,
of it.
oh,
They made a
I was
point of
like,
it.
I feel like okay. So if you Google D&D in a castle, you have to sign up for the mailing list. That's the only way to get information right now because tickets have not been released to the public yet.
Yeah.
So it's very it's literally DN as in the letter N DINAcastle.com is the website, and you sign up for the mailing list, and then you can get information as soon as it goes public.
Yes.
It's very exciting, and we've got some really exciting guest DMs.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Yes, it's gonna be incredible.
Oh,
And we will
You-
be...
holy frack.
Yeah, some of the best people that I know any of us have ever played with, including ourselves.
Including us.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to play with us, we will be running games.
against
We will
us.
be playing in games. You want to play against us? Adversarial, same as Relentless. I don't suggest coming at them,
Yeah.
but if you want to,
Oh, please.
You
You
do
can
it
certainly try.
at a castle,
We're
at a
planning
castle in
really great
England.
things for me to be doing in that castle.
Yes,
It's
next
gonna
summer.
be fun.
It's true. There are suits of armor and swords and stuff in there, so I
Yep.
felt like it was implied.
Yeah,
felt
I
like
mean
it
the
was
photographs
implied.
for it are beautiful. I'm
Yes.
very
But isn't it
excited
better when
about
it's
it.
explicit, Peter?
So is that good
Yes.
for announcements?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think let's hop in. 'cause
One
we
last
got-
thing.
Let's do
A
this.
certain somebody had a birthday. Well,
Whoa,
the
who
relative
had a
that
birthday?
you're over there, like on camera. They're that way based on the.
Oh,
but they're fairly above you,
Right,
actually.
point out.
Well,
Point out.
oh yeah, there,
Yeah,
ah,
there's-
I don't
there
see
you are.
anyone.
Ah.
Right, yeah,
Does
right.
he have a
See?
birthday?
Look at this, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
What's that?
somebody's birthday.
I mean, since
It was
we,
Sam's birthday.
and
on-
actually since we played
That was me.
here last. It was my
Oh, it was
birthday as
also
well.
put.
That's
Right.
There was
my
two
birthday.
birthdays.
Oh yeah, Poisel also. Wait,
Two
And birthday.
yeah, in birthdays. There it is, in
Yes.
birthdays. Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Very merry and birthday.
Yes.
Where did that come from?
From the
All right.
heart.
My
Jake.
deep.
So,
deep in my soul.
All right.
There's a literal cliffhanger happening right now. But I
Oh.
do
I
want
like
to talk about last time I didn't intrude enough. I think with the GM intrusions.
Yes.
So we
give us
were
more.
talking about it, and I'll be adjusting that. I've got some intrusions on deck for today.
For people that aren't familiar with the
So-
Numenera, what does that mean, good sir?
It means that there are tasks that you're doing that have difficulties, obstacles you're getting through, but there are also ones that I just sort of procedurally give out at certain points, and that's how some of the difficulty and challenge is built into the game, not by having super high challenge ratings, because that's how you get your mechanic to get these XP, which you can then use to fuel your own player intrusions. You can buy rerolls with them, rerolls for other people in the game, and you get your advancements out of them.
Speaking of XP, you gave us some for last session.
Yeah. See,
and
I made up for it. And I gave you all extra XP, and multiple of you have enough to buy your first advancement. Sam had already bought theirs.
Of which I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
Do that
spin.
So here's some XP, 4 of them.
Oh,
There we go.
Hey.
So I am actually gonna buy a new delve ability.
Okay.
Delve. I'm gonna buy one of my tier 1 delve abilities, which is find the way.
All right.
Which is whenever I apply effort to a navigation task, I get a free level of effort.
Okay. Wow. You're a Pathfinder now.
Yes.
I guess
Argon the Pathfinder.
Wrong game.
I guess I'll go ahead and say that I'm going to buy one also. I'm going to buy Anecdote, where I'll leave these here in case we need easy XP.
Yeah.
But basically, I can tell stories and bestow skill rankings on people, so I have achieved my life goal of becoming full Sophia Petrillo. Which, little bit of D&D history, the original optimal Dungeons & Dragons party composition was based on the Golden Girls. On each one, the idea of the fighter, the rogue, the cleric, and the wizard, it was based on the Golden Girls.
I've seen those memes.
It's
the
true.
Pictures of them.
It's true. Okay, sorry. Proceed.
All right. So everybody else is just banking, holding on to their XP, right?
Yep, I'm at 3, not yet 4.
Yeah.
I'm at 6.
So you could get one if you want.
Maybe it's the tradition in me that would normally be like, okay, until you've had a rest, that's when you would have these realizations, these sort of epiphanies that would change your abilities. But it's a short game. We want to just stay
It's
right.
adrenaline. It's
Stay
adrenaline.
right in it.
for
Yeah,
skills.
exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, you are
On the job learning.
Yeah, you are at the edge of a bridge that almost looks like it's melted away by acid. This raised bridge. You can hear the staticky, human-sounding screams coming from the pursuing beasts. And you've reached the edge of a literal cliff. And Nico, you stopped just short at it and kept from going over the edge. And you can see Prolethea, Lethe keeps running towards you, and you can see this look of concern in his eyes for you. And as he gets to the edge, he skids on some gravel and goes hurtling over into the darkness, and he reaches out for you as he falls.
Try and catch him, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try to, no?
No.
Are there any, rocks or anything around me? Or
Actually, here's the thing. You realize that as you reach out to him, because you're very aware of your own body and weight and all that other kind of stuff, you can make a speed check, like a speed check if you want to try to grab him.
Yes, I
But
would.
you know in your mind as it's happening that if you grab him, you're going over too.
I don't even think about that.
All right.
I act without consequences.
So that's a
closer
speed task.
Are the rest of us?
They were. I'm going to say they were the fastest. So
Yeah.
let's say that they're about 50 feet ahead of you.
They both have that fleet of foot.
Yeah, that's a good explanation for that narratively.
So what am I going for here?
This is normally I'd say this is a difficult, a difficult task.
Okay, so would I have any bonuses for climbing?
No.
Okay, what about tasks requiring incredible focus?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Okay. You're like, yeah, whatever.
So that brings
It's fine. You're going over a cliff.
From 4 to 3. So now your target number is 9. How'd you do?
Not well.
What'd you get?
I got a 4.
All right. You see his face and you lock eyes as your fingertips just touch. And he hurtles into the darkness. You can see he's falling towards the blue light.
I throw a rope after him.
Huh?
I throw.
Well, you're done with actions for now. That just happened.
No!
All right, the rest of you see Nico shouting at the edge of this, and she's silhouetted by a bit of a blue glow that's coming from an unseen chasm.
So, to recall, that we saw the glowing sphere, but is it down in the hole, coming out of the hole, over the hole?
It's gone down into it.
It
now.
has gone down into it, and Prolethea is hurtling towards.
Well, Prolethea you saw Prolethea, he just went off a cliff. He skidded off a cliff.
I'm still holding the rope because I just came up from the thing that we climbed up. I have
Yeah.
a big bundle of rope because I
Yeah.
was the last one to come up from the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I have all that rope. I'm going to toss one end to you. and the other one's going into my robotic hand that has
Okay.
the thingy in it. That
Oh,
goes
yeah.
on the rope.
Yeah, that you got.
And I'm going over.
Okay.
I'm like, hey,
All right. So you hear the bane, the staticky bane of these cybernetic beasts approaching, and you go over the edge. So yeah, you want to just try to descend as fast as you can on the rope?
I have my hook in one hand.
Okay.
And the thing connected to my arm now, and the other the rope. As I slide down, and I'm gonna try to reach out with the hook to try to grab him.
Okay.
You're gonna try to hook him?
No, by the time you get there over the edge and you've set yourself up, you can't see anything of Prolethea. He's gone. He's fallen into. It was seconds. So you get over to the edge, but you do see the glowing light below.
Well, I would have jumped regardless. Like, I'm not gonna take the moment to I was gonna.
Because there was 50 feet of movement between
Okay.
the rest of you as a group, and when Lefty fell.
Oh, I'm still a risk taker.
Yeah. So you're gonna go down at top speed.
Yeah.
All right. So make me a climbing check, and it's reduced by 1 difficulty because of your
What is your rope attached
arm
to?
thingy.
it was like
Threaded into their
cybernetic arm.
cybernetic
Yeah,
arm.
because I rolled a nat 20 before with the
What's
rope.
the anchor?
Naxos.
Yep.
This is fun.
Rope wrapped around your waist,
Yeah,
leaning
right.
into it like a tug of war.
Right.
Which D20
Which is, by the way, a very popular game
You're happy
in
to use any?
today.
It's true. While all of this is happening, I'm just yelling, Guardian
I'm
creatures.
I'm feeling pinky.
Yeah, I'm rear guard
Okay.
against the creatures.
So
I've
it's-
been that.
The slippy.
I don't know yet.
So it's my
Yeah.
difficulty?
For just going down as fast as you can, this would be a
It's like
demanding
gravity.
task. It's demanding task 3, but you reduce it by 1 because
So
of your
2.
arm. So 2. So you really only need a 6 or better.
And then I will spend speed effort.
Okay.
I have some edge there, so spend 2.
You still roll a 1?
I still roll a 1.
Okay.
Like a nat one?
Like a nat 1.
All right.
First roll.
It's
So-
gonna be a short episode.
Yeah, short episode. All right. So as you're excited and you're rappelling down, you got the surge of adrenaline. You're looking at the rope spinning through your wrist,
Mhm.
which is almost like skeletonized when the
Yeah.
compartments open and the wheels are popped out, and then you can see somehow you don't know whether it was an involuntary reaction on your part or just anxiety in the moment, but you stow the wheels and you fall free of the rope down in towards the blue light, and you feel like a weird sickening whatchamacallit, like just a sense you've never fallen this far. You're just falling into nothingness. All right. So meanwhile, back up on the bridge, you can see they're within 50 feet of you now. There are blue-green mono eyes.
Good, that's a good number.
In the
50 feet's
darkness.
a perfect number for my short range attack. Attack.
Yeah. All right. So you want to attack the closest one?
Yes.
All right. So go ahead and roll. It's these are level 2, so
Okay.
you need a 6 or better.
All right.
To hit
That's
them.
down to 1 because I'm trained in onslaught, which is still unsuccessful as I have rolled a 2. So I
Okay.
miss.
All right. So
I will, at my next opportunity, continue to attack.
yeah, just keep blasting,
Yep.
keeping them at bay. All right. So meanwhile, Nico, you're just in shock. You've seen
Yes!
your brother and your friend just fall into this abyss.
How
Yeah.
far are the dogs behind us?
Huh? You can hear their staticky screams. They're probably maybe 100 feet away. The closest ones.
Yeah, I haven't done anything yet. So the
You're holding this rope now, which is slack.
these creatures, like they've chased us, they've growled, and but have we seen them do anything like overtly aggressive? I mean, have they actually shot at us or snapped at us or anything other than just been here?
Not that you know, not yet.
All right, so the rope's gone slack. There's a glowing light, and I know the glow. It's hard to gauge distance in like a vacuum, but does the light seem like very far away or kind of far away or anything?
It's like a point in the distance. It looks like it's thousands of feet down.
All right, I'm gonna turn back towards these dogs, and I'm gonna turn on demeanor of command.
Okay.
And
What's the range on that?
It doesn't say I can talk to them.
For
It just says you emote confidence, knowledge, and charisma for all who can see you for the next hour. So if they can see me, it works.
Okay.
Your demeanor is such that those who see you automatically understand that you're someone important, accomplished, and with authority. And more importantly, I can demand that they produce their leader or take me to their leader.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn to the dogs.
So what do you say? They're starting to, you can see it looks like there's a pack of them
Right.
that are assembling and are now coming into the edge of the what you can see with your light source. Yeah, maybe 20, 30 eyes glowing in the darkness.
I say to them, what is the meaning of this? Who sent these creatures here? I demand an explanation.
All right. So in unison, some of the creatures let out like a droning noise that starts very low and rumbles, and they're harmonizing with each other. And then it rises to this terrifying shriek, and then it stops very suddenly, and the tone is resumed behind you, across the chasm. Do you turn around?
I 100% turn around. Yeah.
You turn around and you see what looks like an alcove, like that you would keep a religious icon in. Opens like a pair of doors, swing open on the side of the far wall of the chasm at your elevation.
Mm-hmm.
And inside is, you can see, it looks like a set of separate, almost like doll parts, hands, multiple limbs, and then there's a face mask. And all of these things start to knit themselves together. Tendrils join limbs, and you can see the limbs start to move, and they go through a set of gestures. And then you recognize the gestures as their Ariadne religious movements. But then the next thing, Guardian, you recognize the face that this new creature is taking form. It has the face of the previous Guardian.
Oh, man!
But it's, again, split like an X, lengthwise and widthwise. But you can see that she has a weird sort of constructed mandorla behind her that looks like it's made up of random pieces of Cypher tech
How
that
far
are
away?
fused together. Across the chasm, maybe 350 feet.
Alright.
I throw the rope down, and because it went limp in my hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and now
It's
I'm
not tied to your waist or anything?
Well, I mean, I suppose so.
Yeah.
I was more for dramatic effect.
Yeah. So throw it on the ground.
So
As Noxos does for everything.
Yeah.
now I'm activating powerful rhetoric, so I will be able to mark them as a friend, a fool, or an enemy based on our conversation.
Okay.
So I just say, if you're the one in charge here, could you please return my friends to me? They seem to have slipped.
Okay. So you can see one of the multiple arms that this reincarnated guardian has opens. You can see the muscles pop open like plates, and they reform into another shape that is more like just like a rectangle, like a single rectangle that's beveled. So it comes to it's hard to describe, but basically in profile it would look like an arrow. But yeah, it looks like it has a hole at the end of it. And it's just like a barrel, and that pulls over and locks on the shoulder, and it's aiming right down the what you call it, the bridge that you were all standing on.
Basically, it's like pointing at me. At all of us.
All of you.
Yeah.
Speed defense rolls for everybody.
I'm gonna go ahead and mark it.
No, not you.
I'm going to mark it as an enemy. Unnatural one. So we've now run the board.
What's the difficulty?
Huh?
What's the difficulty?
This is a
All botched.
Everything's fine.
We're doing so poorly.
this is a
This is a great.
sorry, a 4, a difficult task.
All right. I have an asset and a level of training, and it doesn't matter. I roll a 2
You
again.
rolled a 2. Okay, so we got a 1, a 2.
So
Nico, how did you do?
I
Like,
haven't
blah,
rolled
blah,
yet.
blah.
I was gonna ask. I mean, this is a speed check, but I feel like I still have some bonuses
Do you have speed
just for
defense?
being swole.
You are the swollest 10-year-old. Yes.
I know. I'm a small.
Well,
soul.
and you are also wearing a filter skin,
Yeah.
So
Which-
when we get hit, that'll be pertinent.
Are
which
you
does
trained in-
augment your.
Are you trained in speed defense?
I am. No.
Yeah, that's the stat that helps.
Yeah, I've just got climbing, incredible focus, stealth. I do have like fleet of foot, but that's a different thing. And
Yeah.
It's
danger
just
sense.
speed defense.
I
but
do
it's
have
less.
danger sense.
That's initiative.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
you could spend
Also my-
effort to lower it.
I would do that.
Okay.
I don't think you have anything else to lower it besides spending effort.
Yeah, I'm trained
Yeah,
in
and I've
speed
got-
defense when not wearing it.
So, what am I? What am I spending on that? Because I do have 1 edge in speed.
You spend 2 speed.
But if I have an edge,
And then you
in
get a
it-
level of
That's-
effort
Rather
out
than
of it.
3.
Yeah, rather
It's a
than
Oh,
discount.
okay.
Yeah, you get a discount because of your
right.
speed edge. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right, so go for it.
I just
So you need a 9 or better.
I got a 13.
You got a 13?
All right.
Okay.
Boom.
So,
Choop, 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 choop.
as this
Dodge.
Parry. This beam, it looks like it's made up of a core of very, very dark shadow, and it's got a halo around it of much brighter, but the light looks monochromatic. It looks like black and white. It has no color, and they're in stark contrast to each other. The core of this beam and the sort of sheath around it, and it fires, and you see it flash like a flare. And then you dodge out of the way, and the sound doesn't come until a second later, and it just sounds like the sound of just vaporizing, and both of you are moved 1 step on the damage track.
Is-
As you feel the parts of the beam that touch your body, you feel like they're being corrupted and overwritten.
How far away is this thing from us?
Huh?
350 feet
Yeah.
350 feet.
across
That's-
a chasm.
That's very far.
I mark it as an enemy, so its defenses are hindered.
Okay.
I'm laying on the ground like, oh, so it's like that. Right.
All right. Argon, you feel like you've definitely been falling for more than a minute.
Okay. During that time,
You feel like you're in a void. You can't see anything else around you besides this wall just moving. But you are falling towards this blue light source, which is getting larger.
okay. I have a Cypher, and I would like to use it.
All right.
I don't know who yet. I send this. I use my psychic communique.
Okay.
I can send a one-way telepathic message up to 10 words.
Who are you sending it to?
I'm going to send it to Nico.
Okay.
What's up?
I say,
You've got 10 words, so count them.
Yeah, I'm like,
if you need to write it out briefly,
It's worth taking a
beforehand,
note.
we
Yeah.
can do that.
So I've just dodged. The dogs are still there.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's do initiative now. That was like basically like the equivalent of a
difficulty
surprise
4?
round. What's that?
Still difficulty 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just initiative.
So I do have a question though. So all of my player intrusions are all very much NPC based, like because I know people.
Yeah.
But we're out here where there are no people.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of can't do that, right?
Yeah.
Right, because all my stuff is I know a guy, essentially.
I mean, you were a complete beast in a lot of the social stuff in the first session.
Yeah,
So
it's all I got.
Yeah, one of mine is old friend.
Right,
It's
right?
Like, yeah, someone just shows up.
It's like Uncle Traveling Matt, like rolls in, like yeah.
well, you have an intrusion where an old friend shows up.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
But
what we
that's
both
what I'm
have old
saying.
friend
But it's
intrusion.
like
Yeah.
I know people, like you know what I mean. Like somebody like rolls in.
in yesterday.
Yeah,
You know
and
what?
yet we've
Let's
established.
do it. Let's do it. It's not something that I can work. I want you to be able to affect the narrative in that way.
Okay,
So
all right, Ruby. Well, what affects this roll? Does it anything? add
This is
to
just a
it?
speed.
Just straight up just the number, right?
Yeah.
17.
But it's initiative,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so mine is easier. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Which is good because I got a 6.
Okay. How did you do?
Oh, I friggin' failed.
Okay.
So my 10 words.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
What's this message?
I'm sorry I led you into this. Please turn back. That's it.
Can I?
Heartbreaking.
I'll just keep it over here for now.
Oh,
No, it's gone.
good lord. You just reverse psychology the crap out of this kid.
Yeah.
Do you know the best way to make Nico do a thing?
Can I? Is it my turn yet? Because I know what I'm doing. Because I haven't.
Well, next up, who rolled the 17? All right. So your turn.
Talk at them.
Naxos,
Yeah.
you see amongst the rubble off to the, well, not even, it wouldn't even be rubble. You see what looks like a dusty cloth shift in your peripheral vision. And down on the bridge below, you see there's a figure. You can't make out, it looks like a humanoid figure dressed in what looks like a very large hat and a large cloak that obscures a lot of the shape of their body.
Does the hat have a feather?
No.
I'm like, is it me? So
But,
this,
you see the shape is moving towards the flank of the grouped beasts.
But to be clear, this is my friendly
Stealthily.
NPC intrusion.
Yes.
It's okay. Yes. Then I'm using my friendly NPC intrusion.
Yeah.
I don't yell or anything because I don't necessarily want to give away their position.
Okay.
But I stand up again, and adjust my monocle, and look back.
Didn't you leave your monocle?
I left my hat.
Oh, you left your hat.
I brought the monocle.
You have the monocle, the Cat Cypher monocle.
Yes, I haven't turned it on yet.
Yeah, you're just
but-
using it as flair.
Right, it's a fascinator. Yes.
Yeah. And it's working.
Right. I look back at the thing and I say, so if you want to be enemies, so be it. But here's your last chance at talking this out like civilized beings. And this time I'm trying to intimidate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Uh,
What did you get?
the number is a 4, but I have some bonuses.
You're not gonna be able to reduce it enough. You're not successful.
Right, all right.
You
So,
failed.
I'm yelling meanness at this like
Alright.
clockwork tool thing across the way there.
you can see they cock their head to the side,
And your mother smells of elderberry.
and one of the plates opens a little bit on the side of its face, and then it returns to the upright position, and you can see it's training and honing the laser in on you now. All right, so I think you're probably next.
Yes. Okay. So I'm standing at the top of the cliff. Well, I'm like a little dodging. So I'm now a little bit away from the edge, but I'm in a crouch position, having just dodged the beam. I've just got this psychic message that tells me 2 things. One, they're still alive.
Yes.
And they need help.
Yes.
So I
like that. That's a good takeaway.
I run and jump off the cliff.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
So you go for it.
And as I do, I scream, "Letty!" and then just run.
So you see Nico just base jump off of the end of this bridge. All right.
The literally least surprised face.
All right. So Guardian, you
Brandon.
you see these hounds are inching forward in a group.
I failed, so they'll go before me.
Yeah. They're running towards you.
Okay, they spend their action on movement.
Yep. And
Okay.
then there are 2 of them close enough to attack. So I need 2 speed defense rolls from you.
Okay. Natural 20.
All right.
But I don't experience any major effects right now because I am impaired.
Oh yeah, because of the damage track. Yeah.
And they were difficulty what?
4.
Okay. Then I fail the second one.
Okay. So you take
Oh, yeah, that affects you too.
you take 4
damage.
points of physical might damage,
Nope.
basically. You don't?
I can soak all of that
Oh, because of your armor.
because of my armor and because of my bubble.
Because of your bubble.
My bubble was up
Okay.
last time.
They try to get inside your bubble.
Exactly. I have 6 armor right now.
Sam, that's the best response. No.
It's also my counterspell response.
No.
But here's the thing: there's also another 4 intellect damage on top of that, which
Okay.
isn't soakable. So unless you have a power that lets you soak intellect.
No.
Okay. But yeah, you feel its bite, and even though it hasn't penetrated the field and actually touched your physical body, there's something about it just coming in contact with you, almost like on an astral level. You can feel the weird dark hive mind that these creatures it's strange. It basically it feels like it's all one entity. All of these separate beasts, their own communication. All right, so yeah, now it's your turn. Oh wait, no, I've got to resolve the laser. I've got to resolve the laser again. So it's another speed defense from you.
12.
Yep. That meets it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm like,
Do you want to describe how you do? Do you flatten yourself or do it?
No, it's literally the minimum. Because I'm like, now I'm on to you.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I was hoping
There's
this
this
like Keanu Reeves.
hiss, and it flares off. And let's see. You need to make a speed defense as well.
Okay.
As the beam continues. But yeah, there's a smell of ozone.
This one I succeed.
You succeed. Okay. So yeah, it flares out again, but just you can sense the
I
power.
tried to get in my bubble.
Yeah, you can sense the power of this this creature. Yeah, and it definitely you know a little bit about the powers that the previous guardian had, and a lot of them were about sort of she was someone who studied the effects of the beam a lot that goes between the shield and the terminal beacon. So it almost looks like this is sort of a weird the previous guardian has been corrupted and kind of pulled into this hive intelligence, which seems to belong to whatever you're facing here in yesterday. All right, so new round.
I failed. That means I go after the monsters, but I do get to go.
Okay.
I want to try to sense threads from
A probability?
and from like whether the threads have been cut on Prolethea, etc. Like,
Okay.
is there a strong bundle downward? Because it feels
Yeah.
like the strongest bundle is downward.
So do an intellect task then, and I think you'd have an asset reduction on it. If you can spend effort if you want.
Yep, I have this ability.
But this is normally a what should we call it? Let's say
47.
no. It starts at a 4.
Okay.
So you
Plus
reduce it
or
by
minus
2 to a
40.
2, right?
Plus or minus 72.
I succeed.
Yes!
Okay.
9.
Success!
You sense the sort of bundles of probability, and you feel like Prolethea and Argon are safer than the rest of you are now.
And Nico now.
Yeah. And
You didn't mention
all right, Nico. Yeah.
Nico is not safer.
Oh, sorry. No, and Nico as well. All of our people who've
all of our base jumpers.
all of our base jumpers,
Or belong to us.
their fates seem to go into more positive areas, and you see a bundle of fates leading to you think any continued confrontation with the old guardian usually results in the destruction of the rest of you.
How large is Noxus?
I'm a fairly skinny kid.
Oh, good. So I can just get my hand on his back and push him off along with me.
Are you going to resist?
No, I know the guardian knows what's up, but I'm very
Okay.
much like in another thing.
All right.
Although, can I say one last thing as we jump up?
Yes.
Because
Of course
Oh, yeah.
you can.
Famous last
I
words.
won't fight the guardian.
Good job.
But as we're about to go over, one last intimidation. I'm like, you better be gone by the time I get over there.
Oh.
All right.
Ya mark, son.
Yep.
Do you want to roll for it?
Yeah.
Let's make
Do
it.
it.
I love how hard you're trying to Doctor Who this villain. Just
Yeah.
like, I'm Noxos! Turn away!
And it's just like exterminate.
But let's be honest. Over time, the Doctor's approach has outperformed the Dalek approach.
Yes.
So,
The Doctor isn't a child.
let me just. I mean, that depends on who you ask,
Okay,
guys.
okay.
But and also, I'm reincarnated. Thanks.
Yep,
But
yep.
Yeah.
so
I'm a Time Lord too.
I don't necessarily know that I'm going to use it, but part of the demeanor of command is I get one free level of effort at some point in the hour in which it's up.
Okay.
So how does that? What does that do?
You can use it. You can use it on this intimidation check if
That
you
lowers
want.
the
Don't you already have it?
Carries over.
Like some kind of training in social plus an asset from the enemy thing?
So let's
Yeah.
reduce the difficulty by 2.
I didn't-
You need a 9 or better.
skilled.
You have some
I
perception.
didn't know. I still didn't get that though.
All right.
So, yeah.
No, you lower it 3 steps because if you have your free level of effort, you have your training and social skills, and you have the marking it as enemy.
Yeah.
Lowers it.
Oh, yeah.
difficulty as well.
Yeah.
As an asset, you're
Exactly.
lowering it 3 steps.
Does his
Which means you don't
damage
have
take
to.
away any of that lowering?
No.
It started at a 5, and
That
you
makes
lowered
it a
3 to 2.
So and you,
You
rolled
needed a 6 or better. You got it.
I got
then.
a 6.
All right.
Yeah,
Right.
you got it. You're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, safety effort. You got
Yeah. Hey.
it. Hey.
As you're falling off. the
Yeah.
cliff.
Yeah.
Maximum effort.
Yeah.
You do feel like you reached it. Like there was something in the body language of the old guardian that reacted.
Yeah.
So
As
as you're
It doesn't
falling
shoot you.
as you're falling into nothingness towards this blue light.
Old guardian's like, this kid's got spunk.
All right. So Argon, you start to slow down. You feel the inertia start to slow you down, and you come out of this more closed chasm into an enormous open space where you're basically falling through the sky, but at a slower pace than natural falling. And when you look below, you can see what looks like a rocky island floating in the sky, high above the actual surface of this enormous, brightly lit world that you're in.
Like, okay.
You see,
Do I even know what sky is?
yeah, I'm using that more as a descriptor.
No,
for,
yeah. I'm like,
yeah, you've never seen an open space this large. Yeah, like it. You see your first horizon, basically. And then you see below you, you see Prolethea, spread-eagled, floating.
A shadow on the horizon.
Yeah. And then you see Prolethea put his feet underneath him and stop. And the island itself that you land on, it looks like it's made of stone, but it has tufts of a weird green plant growth on the top of it. And in the center of it is a structure that looks like a single strand of webbing, but it splits off and branches, and there's weird, like, sort of foliage and plants. So it's like a web, but it has a central...
You done discovered a
Sure.
tree.
Yeah. You don't know what a tree is, but
Right.
yeah.
Oh, that's named.
And you land next to Prolethea, and you're like, and he's like, I felt like I was falling for like an hour. Was it the same for you?
I don't even know how long. Where
Shit, Nico.
is?
We have to get back up there.
I told them to turn back.
I mean, how are they going to get away?
I don't know.
All right, so then the rest of you start floating in. Nico, you're next. You float down, and it looks like there's this sort of weird luminescence, blue luminescence coming from the base of this growth in the center of this floating island I described.
For Prolethea.
Yeah, you see Lethe standing next to Argon, and it looks like they're at the edge of a pool of water. It's a quite large pool of water, and it seems to flow in both directions and just falls like a waterfall into space.
Have I ever seen a waterfall before?
I mean, you've seen pouring water out of a vessel. That's what it
Yeah.
looks like to you, like someone pouring from a pitcher.
Okay.
But it seems to be welling up in this sort of spring at the base of this plant. Yeah, and it just flows off the edges of the island and turns into mist. Yeah, and so you land. He's like, Nico, are you okay?
I just run up and I give him a hug.
All right.
Just like hug him.
So yeah, he picks you up a bit, and you can see he hugs you for a long time, and it's like you can tell he was like legit worried.
I was too. So I hug back.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I punch Argon on the shoulder.
What is this place?
Don't ever give up.
All right. So Naxos and the Guardian, you have a similar experience of floating what feels like for a few minutes in darkness, and then approaching and seeing this. When you see this large open space, you feel like it's something outside of your world. Like in your references, like you have your model of this other city.
Yeah.
yeah, it seems like there's something about the quality of the light that reminds you of that. But yeah, both of you land on this island as well.
Right.
May I roll for agoraphobia?
Sure.
I've never been in an open space before. Am I afraid of it?
Yeah, that's what my
None of you have been in an open space this size before.
See, I don't need you to crack up right now, so hopefully let's see how this goes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Composure rolls are meant to be failed, huh?
Yeah, that's story.
What
Those are
difficulty do
story
you want?
rolls. What's that?
What difficulty do you want to set it? Like a standard? Or?
Well, why don't you set it? You
I'll
know how
set
bad
it
it
as
is.
standard because I don't know how I feel about those.
So 2 normally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And obviously nothing will modify that. Whoa! Hey, floor die. You don't count. You don't exist.
That's a metal die too. You shattered the floor.
So metal. Yeah, it is. It is a talisman die.
Yeah, that's a beautiful die. Are you keeping it together, Guardian? Guardian, are you okay?
I gather all of them very, very, very close because this space is very, very, very big.
All right. Oh, Prolethi's like, oh, well, okay, all right.
This is dangerous. This is going to kill us all.
I mean, if there's...
Yeah!
It's very beautiful danger.
Argon, you're assessing the scene and you look over and across the small pool, you see what looks like it's almost like a bed or like an altar of some sort. And it looks like it has lines on it that are very, very hard edges. It looks like, like a reborn artifact.
I'm gonna go over and check it out.
Before they move, like I grab their arm before they go, and I'm like, I saw somebody up there. There was someone else. It was a figure, and they had like a cloak and a hat, and I think they were trying to help. I don't know. Everything happened so quickly. But someone else is here.
Hana.
I don't know. And then I let go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go look at this thing. I need to focus myself on something physical.
When you approach the altar, you see on it is a glowing, some sort of, it looks like a plant of some sort.
This like,
It's got a central green stem. It's a vibrant green. You haven't seen that color of green before. And then, yeah, it has a sort of blossom, like the kind that would grow into like a fruit or something. But it's weird. It seems to be disconnected. It's not connected to a web strand or anything where it would be able to get moisture. It's just sort of
floating.
sitting. It's floating maybe about an inch above the surface of this altar. And then as you
is this altar like reborn architecture?
Yeah, it is. You also notice that there are some fragments that look like sort of cybernetic, like Numenera parts that are scattered on the altar.
Can I scavenge Numenera?
This
is what
yeah.
Yeah. Delve.
This is what I do. So yeah, I'm trained in scavenging Numenera. I got some tools. If those count as an asset.
Yeah.
So what's difficulty?
Or
salvage Numenera, yeah.
Let's see. This is a 4.
Okay, so I bring it down to a 2.
Mm-hmm. So you need a 6 or better.
I've been rolling real bad.
Yeah, relatable.
Yeah, we've all kind of pooped it this time.
We've been rolling really bad.
I will spend some more effort.
All right, to bring it down to just a 3. You need.
Yes. That's a 13.
Excellent. Okay.
Decisive.
So you use one of your tools to basically, it looks like dirt or grime or something has kind of fused part of one of these pieces, which has a small blinking light on it, to the surface of this altar. And as you're trying to pry it loose, you hear a voice. It sounds like a child's voice. Go, "Ow! Hey, don't touch that. I need that. That's all that's left of my physical body."
Whoa.
Do we hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Like we all hear that?
You all hear that.
My demeanor command is still active, by the way.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, you need a visualization. You see, sitting on the altar, a figure appears, and it's Hana. You recognize her. She looks at all of you. "'Cause you seem familiar. Like I knew you a long time ago."
Hana.
She particularly stops and lingers on you, Naxos. You're Naxos.
Yeah.
You're this Naxos.
Yeah, I am. Are you this? What is this? What is going on? Why are we in this open space? Where did you go? What?
When?
How do we get you out of here? We need to leave.
Oh, I can never leave this place.
Why?
Detect magic, basically.
Yeah. She looks like there's some sort of projection being generated by. It looks like it's coming from the altar itself and the pieces that are fused with it.
So I have a question. So again, I have my anecdote ability where I can bestow training in a task. Is understanding Numenera a task?
Yes, I'm trained in it and everything.
Yeah,
but both of you already are.
No, they have an inability. So I can be specialized in
you
it.
could tell an
It's another
anecdote.
stack.
I can move everybody up one level.
And then that would give them a benefit on their rolls.
I've heard about something like this. It's kind of, you almost made like a recording of a person so that they would last beyond the death of their physical form. Like, I didn't know it was possible, but I'd heard it was true. So maybe this is the essence of Hana in a vessel. I don't know. But I bestow training in this.
It's a strong hypothesis, Nexus. Thank you.
Yeah, Hana smiles at you, says, You're not right about how I am, but you're still Noxus.
Are you still Hana?
We just found all the things that don't work.
This is bad. This is very bad.
That's a good description of today.
We have to bring you back.
Yeah. And soon, because there's some like monster things and a like clockwork guardian person, which I need to have some very strong words with on the way out, by the way.
If your body's gone, we can just bring these pieces through the door and then you can be reborn, right?
Yeah, it's like what, 2 days, 3 days? It's soon. You can bring you back.
I can't leave. I'm the only. If I leave, then it can leave.
Then what can leave?
It doesn't have a name. It's like. It's hate. It's what started all of this.
All of what?
I feel like whatever penance we were supposed to serve, it should be over now. And then you're different people. And I think we have a case so that even if I can't leave, at least containment will let you go to an outside source.
I want to go to the altar and start figuring that out.
Can I look up
Mm-hmm.
at where we came from?
Uh-huh.
What does it look like?
It just looks like a sort of gradually darkening space.
Does it go
above
to
you.
like a point to like a darkness? Like
You can't see any light from up above.
No, I mean, but so it's just like it's sky, but like from where we fell, I don't see anything.
No.
Huh.
Altar. No sky, just altar.
Yeah, stay focused.
I'm gonna go stand by the guardian
Uh-huh.
and just stand by them. And I'm assuming you're using your hands.
Yep. I become one step more visibly composed.
Okay. I'm just gonna stand like next to them, kind of at their hip sort of thing.
Yeah.
And put my hand like on your back. And I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just there.
I put one of my arms around her shoulder like I'm protecting her.
All right.
And then I grab her
It's
hand.
definitely that.
So
That's definitely what's up.
All right. So
But
I'm
need to see
gonna
the altar.
I'm going to do a GM intrusion here, where as you do that, you feel a weird sort of psychic shock, and you're remembering the last conversation that you had with Hana, before you were guardian and before she disappeared.
I accept the intrusion with great joy.
All right. So you can give one of these to somebody else.
That'd be to Nico.
So there's an extra XP for Nico.
Thank you, Master of Long Arms.
But yeah, you do feel you're remembering part of that conversation that you had with Hana, and Hana was the first appearance of a reborn of her genus. So there hadn't been a previous Hana, and people were very like confused about that. And she kind of worried about what her place was in the world. And she came to you for guidance, and you remember at that point not wanting to get too involved and feeling like, you know, you didn't want to usurp the authority of one of the other teachers or the guardian. So now you're thinking about it, and you kind of regret that you didn't say something, you know. But you do remember something from your conversation with her, that part of you were trying to analyze how her powers worked, and it seemed like she had powers related to memory, and how memory affects time, like how time could be subjective for people, and she had influence over that. She could make time seem to pass very quickly for some people, or she could seem to kind of slow it down. So I'm going to say that because of that intrusion, you're hindered on your next social task.
All right, I will move that inability to like a level 2 inability.
But
Well, remember,
you still have that
I
bonus.
gave you the bonus for marking you as a friend, so you went up one, and
Oh,
now
yeah.
I guess you're
now
down.
I'm back. Yep.
Yeah.
Up and down, up and down.
Started at the bottom, now she's at the
You're
bottom.
building-
It's not that different from how you are, Argon. We're both part of this place now, but I think you can leave, even if containment won't let everybody leave. I think it would allow some of you to get help
I have an idea.
from the outside world.
Dude, outside what?
We're help
Outside-
from the outside world. That's what we're here to do.
No, this is not the
You mean
outside
in
world.
yesterday?
No.
What's containment?
Containment is like, I made containment, and containment has a job, and that's to, if anything bad happened as part of the experiment, part of our research, that it would make sure that anything that came through from another world wouldn't have access to the rest of humanity.
What experiment?
What other world?
I know this is a lot, but I think somebody just because over these many cycles, someone couldn't come up with a way to halt this corruption from spreading. It doesn't mean that there isn't a way out there. And whatever price we had to pay for what we did to each other, that has to be over now. You're children. We're children. I mean, there should be an opportunity for us to. We've already proved that we can be better, and not do what we did again.
Is this why you came back? Is this why you were born again, to physically come back here and do this?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
You said these I point at the bits of Numenera that I was looking at that started this. These are you?
Oh, well, I mean, they were parts of me once,
And I can't
thousands of cycles ago. Great cycles.
And I don't know how
These are
how
the
this
parts.
works. But
I don't think anyone does. I mean, containment might know more.
Where's containment?
On the other side of the door of end cycle.
First.
That up?
how do we get back there?
I can send you back there.
You gotta
It
go
will
with
be painful.
Hana,
You're
Before-
coming with us, though.
Yeah, before. I didn't leave you before. The old Naxos didn't leave the old Hana, and quite frankly, I would never live it down if I left you now. So you've got to come with us.
Yeah.
We go together.
Wait,
Yeah, Hana. We're,
huh, but these are the parts of your original body before you were reborn.
No.
No? Oh. These are
Right.
the parts of the reborn Hana's body?
Yes.
Oh.
Which seems
Hana-
weird to you because they look like they've been here for just that there's environmental crust like built up on top of them. Like it looks like they've been here for thousands of great cycles.
Time.
All right.
I'm gonna
May I
try
read that
something.
altar, though?
What's that?
I was going up to take a read on that altar.
Okay.
May I do that?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, and your hindrance doesn't apply to this. This is
No, it's not a social.
Yeah.
It's- I assume it's a.
So go for it. This is a difficulty. Geez, this is something. Let's say 5.
You're
Okay.
specialized in it now.
Yep, I'm
Yeah.
specialized now, so that goes down to 3.
I appreciate that I basically can give good hustle talks.
I
You've given excellent hustle.
don't have a lot of intellect points left, and I am gonna get killed real easy. I'm a squishums right now, so I can't spend effort. So let's just see if I can roll.
Yeah, some of you were down
50%
one step
chance.
on the damage track already, so
Oh yeah,
Can we?
you're not.
that's why the
you're not Hale
effort is more
anymore.
expensive.
Can
Yeah.
we rest here?
Oh, I don't shit the bed. Wow.
Alright.
Okay.
How'd you do?
I roll a 10,
Okay.
and it was a difficulty 3 for me.
Yeah, you detect that it seems like the parts that are left over are a part of what looks like a sort of augmented brain, like a backup, a very unusual, ancient backup system that was grown organically. Like it looks like she was born with it, but is not actually composed of typical genetic material.
I don't even slightly follow that.
Yeah.
She's got a
So
robo brain.
yeah,
So
That I'm good for.
A
I've been
ro-
playing
a ro-
following.
a ro brain.
but you also detect traces of what looks like decay. Like it's almost like a pattern in the dust, which looks like the remainder of her organic body was on this altar.
So she died here and decomposed, essentially.
Yeah, over thousands of great cycles.
before we go back, you said you can send us back. Can we? Is this place safe to?
Is time here slower than up there?
Yeah,
Then
Or faster.
yeah.
Slower.
you what
Thousands
happened?
of
You
great
guys
cycles for
don't
this
look-
body to decay. Much less time within the ring. So time moves more slowly out there than it does here.
So
Maybe
it's
we should
Faster here.
faster here.
catch our breath. You guys don't look so good.
If time there is slow, then you can rest before we go back.
Guardian looks back up at the big open spaces and then agrees.
I mean,
Yeah.
I hate to
When you're
admit
looking
it,
up at
but
that open space, you see what looks like the overlay of the sort of threads of fate, and they're just twisting like in the wind.
Oh, that's probably why I'm so agoraphobic. There we go. Thanks. I hate it.
Yeah.
So
mean-
can
Rest.
we rest?
Yeah. All right. So mechanically, in this game, when you want to when you want to regenerate some stuff for your pools, you can take. There are 4 different types of rest you can take, and then yeah. So I mean, you can use those to refill a pool. I think you can also use one to go up a step on the damage track, can't you?
I was looking through the Numenera rules real quickly because usually moving on the damage track when not associated with poisons or things is a consequence of like losing your might pool.
Yeah.
Because that didn't happen, and because typically those are often not recovered through normal means, it would be GM's prerogative on how you
yeah,
want us to recover.
What a
Here's what I'll
red,
say. I'll say you have to spend a rest, one of your rests, which is just an action,
Yeah.
the cheapest one, in order to refill points from any. You can't have any pools at 0.
Yeah.
That's not the case for anybody, right?
This is an intellect task. Difficulty is the number of points healed.
That's healing someone.
That's a different
Separate
thing. That's
from
a
the
power.
recovery roll.
This is just
Recovery
normal
roll is
recover.
more like
everybody.
short rest. Healing someone's like a healing action.
Recovery roll is 1d6 plus tier points divided among stat pools.
Yeah, so you
Yeah. So you roll the die, it's whatever's on the die, plus 1 because we're at tier 1, and you can put those into any pools as you see fit.
But what's that got to do with that damage track thing?
So if you have the impaired damage thing from failing that speed defense roll, then you have to burn one of your recovery rolls just on getting that back. Think of it like a lesser restoration before you can start doing like short rest kind of stuff.
First recovery roll.
Your second recovery roll
10 minutes.
is 10
10
minutes.
Yeah.
So you'd
And
have
then
to
an
use
hour.
that.
And then
So
you do.
I'm going to do that.
I mean, we
Because
probably
I
can.
have to do that.
We probably can stand to take an hour.
Yeah.
Don't you
Well,
We can,
I mean, we'll see
I'm
how
gonna
we...
climb the tree while they're doing that.
Okay.
I mean the web thing.
Yeah, the odd web.
I'm gonna.
This is so cool.
I need to spend some of that time because I have actual damage as well.
Okay.
And I
repairing parts of your.
Yeah, I pull out my tools and I start repairing.
Excuse me.
I'm also, while I have this thing, I'm thinking about it. I fuse flesh and steel. I put things together
Mm-hmm.
and integrate things. Can I integrate what's left?
Okay.
My heart.
You can try. Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna try.
I like that. Okay. All right. I'm actually going to. This is not normally the way it's handled, but I'm going to do a GM intrusion about it. That basically says that it's gonna. I'll make you roll for it.
Okay.
But you'll get XP out of it because it's gonna be pretty challenging.
And for the hustle talk.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, thank
Yeah.
you. Is there anything I can do to help with this?
You could use your anecdote thing.
But I've already anecdoted them
Yeah,
into
that's-
Numenera.
that's-
Oh, okay, yeah.
I
You've already
could
done the thing then.
do
Right.
magic stuff because I only took the little 10-minute bitty so far.
Okay.
So I haven't done it. I can
Okay.
burn my recovery time and not have as much points, but assist on the roll.
All right, so yeah, so
Because I'm magic as fuck.
So that's 2 reductions there, right?
can
I'm
I-
going to say this is. I mean, this is a crazy task, and because of it's going to be the GM intrusion, you got XP as part. I'm going to say it's like it starts at a 6.
Okay.
Ooh. Can
is-
Celestia do anything?
I have a question. I want to rest before I do this.
Okay.
So, because I need to repair my body to make sure my body is okay first.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to look at this really quick.
While they're figuring this out, I just have a question that's not going to affect this. The altar.
This only renews when I take a 10-hour recovery roll.
Ooh, yeah.
I could. We're gonna be. The time doesn't matter. It's kind of weird here. Could I take my 10-hour recovery roll? Can we wait here before I do this?
I mean, that's up to you. You have to convince the other people of that.
I think
Because
we
I
need
have a lot of recovery to make. I've
Yeah,
spent a lot.
you spanned a ton.
I've
Brad.
spent-
Hana is like, I
really
want
don't.
you to be safe, but
We need to.
I don't think
I'm
we can
really-
wait 10 hours.
I'm worried that. I mean, any time you spend here, it's longer up there.
Yeah, like we could have been gone for weeks if we stay here too long.
It goes the other way.
It goes
the
the other
other
way.
No, she just.
No,
No,
Hana,
listen,
Oh.
look at his face.
Okay.
This is contradictory with previous evidence of it.
No,
Understood.
okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You feel like they're potentially, like relativity wise, you may be time may be going much faster back where you want to
Maybe
be.
it's relative, maybe it's Feywild nonsense, maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah,
Oh, so that's the opposite.
Maybe.
Then that is the opposite.
yeah. So I do have to repair myself.
The longer
Do
you
I need-
spend here, the longer is passing.
Do I need to make a roll for
Yeah.
repair?
Right, which is the
or
opposite
just
of what we
time?
talked about before.
No,
What's that?
I've
Do I
been
need to make
saying
a
that
roll
the
to repair or
entire
just
time.
time?
No, you
Uh,
were saying
just
it's
make a
slower
roll.
up there.
No, I
For,
haven't.
But
what I-
this is
I've been
the
saying
roll
it's
for
faster.
integrating the
Slower
stuff,
here.
right? Oh no, you're
then
still
I
I need to repair first my might
True.
damage.
okay. So you haven't gotten to the 10-hour one yet. You
No.
haven't decided to do that yet.
No, because if I do the 10-hour one, so to you all, my one thing the thing I get from risk taking is pressing my luck,
Mm-hmm.
which allows me to automatically succeed on any task difficulty 6 or less, but I still suffer as if I'd rolled a 1.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, now would be the time to do that thing.
Yeah,
So you get an intrusion no matter what,
I get an intrusion no matter what.
with no XP associated with
Yes, as if I'd rolled a 1,
it. But you succeed on the
but I
task.
succeed on the task.
Okay, you can use that if you want.
I'd used that before.
All right.
Before we left, because
Yep.
that's how I got through the door to get into the armory.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Oh, so you're trying to renew that, basically.
Yeah.
You want to take enough of a rest to be able to use that
do
again.
But we've been traveling for a long time. I don't know, like it says that it renews when I take a 10-hour rest.
Right.
Yeah.
Is their long rest ability back?
Yeah. I'm gonna say it isn't.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean,
This might be worth it, though.
yeah. I mean, if you want to take a risk, you could just go for it.
Well, no, I just meant it might be worth waiting the time, you know, because what's going to happen is going to happen, but at least you would succeed at this, and I feel like this is significant. Although, can you physically endure integrating that much Numenera? Like, can you actually do it and live?
Who knows? I'll take the risk.
I mean, I got to get her out of here, so I agree. What does she think? We can do it. We can do it. We can take you out of here.
We have the
Try
choice.
it.
I don't make any sacrifices for me, but you know.
No,
We go
Hana,
together.
you are family. Hana means we go together.
On the altar?
That's Ohana, bro.
Not here. Not
Oh,
here.
Hana, my Hana.
Ohana, my Hana.
On the altar, is there room for me to be able to, like, physically, like, lay next to where her body was without disturbing it?
Yeah.
I mean, or disturbing, like, the place, just, like,
Yeah.
to, like, lay down next to it?
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're going to rest anyway, that's...
Yeah.
I just want to be close to where she was.
You look over and you can see the tiny blinking lights on the remaining pieces, and they're covered in dust. But yeah, there's something almost comforting
I look at you
about laying
and
down next to whatever's left of her.
I just look at you and I say, do what you have to do.
I
my
am
vote.
still climbing a tree.
I'm going to
Oh, well.
Proletheus, like, be careful.
take a little time
It's
to
Look how
repair
far
my
it
body.
is down to go down there.
and
Like,
then take 10 hours. Like, I need to shut myself off for a little while. Like, if I'm gonna do this, I need to prepare my system.
I brought snacks.
Or I can just make the roll.
true, you
None
could
of
just,
these options are
you could
good.
just go for it.
This is the consequence of traveling to yesterday.
I don't think
I'll
we're
help
in
you.
yesterday anymore.
Alright. Then I'm just gonna take 10 minutes to make a recovery roll on my intellect.
Okay. To recover.
6.
Has anybody else done any recovery they want to do for any
Right
other
now,
pools?
I did my 10-minute.
You did your 10-minute one?
But I did my action to get the impairment off. Lol. I did the 10-minute to get a little bit back. I'm not all the way up.
All right.
Okay.
And
I have
and
to
is
assist, so.
it a recovery roll also to repair myself, or because that just says I like in Fuse's Flesh and Seals it says I need to take some time. Like I can only heal that with repair.
That's right. Yeah, it's separate. It's a separate
Okay,
roll.
I'm gonna make that roll just while I have the time.
Okay, go for it.
What is the difficulty on that?
It's repairing your own body.
Yeah.
And
And I have tools.
you have tools. I'd say but before any reductions, it's 4 because of how unusual the magic of your body is.
What?
But your
be-
tools would reduce it by 1, right?
Yeah. And that's not salvaging Numenera. Is it crafting Numenera?
I mean, I'll let you have the anecdote,
Okay. So
the asset from Naxos's anecdote as well.
okay, I get rid of that.
Okay.
Cool.
So you repaired some of the damage. So you want to try this integration thing
Yes.
now?
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and roll for it.
Okay. So
Are you
From
sure?
Naxos?
Hana is like, are you sure you want to do this? I mean,
Do you need the PDF?
you
They
don't
do
need to do
terrible
this.
Ideas.
We'll
It's
be.
their identifying characteristic.
I mean, I'll be a part of all of you always. I'll always be a part of this place.
we're not leaving you behind. So 1 from Naxos. 1 from the Guardian.
Mm-hmm.
What?
1 from your tools, right?
1 from my tools. So it's 3. and I'll spend level effort.
Okay.
So that's
It is now difficulty 2.
it's now difficulty 2.
All right. So you just need a 6 or better. I appreciate that you're doing this. I had not planned for it. It's quite epic.
You can also spend willpower to re-roll if necessary.
A 7.
All right.
My babe.
So yeah, you're able to integrate a few of the parts of Hana's previous form into your own body, and there's a moment of tension as some of the little lights turn off on those parts of her, but then it's like they restart and they start glowing again. So now you have a few of these small. We'll have to discuss the details of how it affects you later. You're not even sure how it affects you, but you feel like you've been successful.
Do I feel her?
You feel a presence. Yeah. She's still continuing to communicate with all of you, but it's not coming into your head. It's just still the same as before. But you do feel like there is something changed in you.
Thematically, can I say that my part of me shut down during that as well, during that integration? And
Okay, I like that.
so like the last plugs, I'm like, I put a big, like my arm opens up, I put some here, part of my like chest opens up, I put a piece in here.
Mhm.
The one of the plugs is here, it fits in.
Yeah.
And then like the last like click here, and then
All right. While you're out for a second, you have a brief vision.
okay.
And you have a vision where you're walking down a hallway. It looks like reborn architecture, and there's light flickering in an irregular way, and you can see blood stains on the walls, and there's someone whose body looks broken and torn on the ground who reaches out for you and says, Hana, I'm so hungry. And then you wake up.
You're alive and whole.
I realized one minor flaw with this plan. She was gonna get us out of here.
She's still here.
I'm still here.
Oh, great. Oh, okay. I thought you all good. Oh, great.
Are you all ready?
I mean, from this point forward, that Hana isn't just Hana, it's also Argon. We're separate now. The Hana that's in you and me. Like I said, I can't really ever leave this place. At least not this version of me.
Well, something of you can.
A reborn Ariadne. Miracle.
I mean, you'll need more than that if you want to speak to containment. Because, but we go together.
Go together.
Are you ready to return?
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
In our lengthy rest.
10 minutes.
Oh, I thought we did an hour.
Did we do an hour?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was good.
Then yeah, I will roll again for.
Yeah.
Oh, I assumed that the thing that we were doing prevented us from taking another level. Like that we were spending time on that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay. Then I
That
will
was why I
not-
didn't roll
yeah,
my third.
Yeah, I will not
Yeah.
roll another
Well, but she
one.
didn't.
What? I
Right.
was just climbing a tree.
Yeah, no, you can
You're
totally
just being a
take it.
kid.
Honestly, I was good after 10 minutes, but...
Yeah. My attention span is different.
Well, no, I just haven't... I've been... Can I buy...
Yeah.
I would like to purchase
I think you hooked something up
misdirect.
wrong in there. Smoke.
Okay. How does that work?
Is that 4? It's basically if I oh, where did it go?
If an opponent misses an attack on her, she can roll to redirect the attack towards someone else.
That's dope. Is that like a glaive thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's
It's totally
very
like a glaive thing because I'm a glaive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, just spend those into the pool. You don't need to hand them to me. Just toss them on the phone there. That's an excellent advancement. That'll be very, very cool. In all of your future Numenera adventures we play after this.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the way home today.
Yeah.
I mean, this cycle.
Yeah.
It's so confusing.
Today to today. Yeah.
So is everyone ready?
Is that containment, by the way? The thing that took the old guardian that
No.
attacked us?
No, containment is here to keep that in. And it's just sad that we have to be trapped here with it.
Hate. You called it.
I think to give it any other name implies an understanding of it that we don't have.
Is it
But it's
is it
hungry and it will corrupt everything it touches.
I need a composure roll.
Okay. Because this is some real
Pretty
shit.
standard.
Because I've seen it. Now
Yeah, that's true.
I just saw it.
Yep.
You had a vision?
Yeah, what you told me. So that's why I'm asking for my composure roll.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Do you want me to set my own difficulty or?
Yeah, set your own difficulty.
Okay.
What I'm liking with these right now is start at standard, and depending on how you pass or fail, it'll alter future checks on that topic. Like, you don't know
That's
how much
cool.
composer you need on this, but like, because I failed this roll, next time I do a composure roll against agoraphobia, it will be a 3.
Okay.
I like that.
So you fail.
I
Next
fail.
time it's a 3. This is great. This is great.
Okay.
Everything's going very well and
All right.
according to plan.
I'm fine though.
Yeah, no, the two of us
So
are
Hana's
really
like-
resilient, look at us.
Argan, it's okay. It's okay. It's not your fault.
No, it's.
I wish we could have done more, but
It isn't fine. None of this is fine. We will be resilient anyway.
Can. He was so angry, so hungry.
yeah, it changed all of them, us.
Is that what happens if we stay in yesterday?
I'm not sure. I mean, the fact that so many thousand great cycles, that a full new civilization was able to be born, I don't think even containment anticipated that. But at a certain point, safety or not, we have agency, and we've served in whatever purgatory we have to.
I know we need to talk to containment, but this is all a lot. What we built, that you built containment, the penance, that this is some kind of prison, the outside world. Like what how is this possible? Like
We don't have time.
What did we do that we need?
Not you, Nico. It's weird to see you as a kid. It's funny. Noxos, you're always the same.
I got it right the first time.
Yeah, you did. Shall we go?
We go together.
All right. So you can see she outstretches her arms, and you can see the projection of her changes, and you can see it looks like it's starting to grow older, and it grows to being a grown woman, and then an older woman, and then it stops and starts to cycle back. And she looks like she's very, very young, younger than when you knew Hana at school. And then, yeah, she just seems to be aging and starting over again in sequence. And then you feel a tingle, like your skin is coming alive. And there's a moment of searing pain. Everybody needs to make a might defense.
What difficulty?
This is 4.
Fantastic. That's 5 for me.
Ooh, yeah, I got a 12.
Okay. That's
That
what-
is
that's what you
exactly
needed.
I do not have my defense. I do not have.
Yeah, my defense.
Do the
is
skin suits or anything matter?
Let me roll
Or
for
filter suits, rather.
Lethia. Not in this case, no.
I got a 9.
Okay. You're gonna take you take 6 points of damage to your might pool.
How much of that do I
fail.
soak with the suit? Is that
You
3 or
don't.
4?
You don't. The armor doesn't soak this.
If it's worth it, you could.
6?
6.
If it's worth it, you could spend 1 XP to re-roll this save.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I will.
But I have to get a 12 or a higher.
Yeah.
She's
Do you have-
almighty. Does any of that
do you have
stuff?
my
Nope.
defense?
My
She's all
defense is a
fighting.
specific
Yeah.
thing.
All right.
It's usually for things like poisons and
Yep, it's
that
a
kind of
con
stuff.
save.
It's like a con. Yeah, exactly.
Leaving you. Yeah.
That was a terrible, terrible thing I've just done.
Well, but you get the better of the two.
There you go.
So
Is it if I spend an XP, is it like rolling with advantage, or do I get the second one?
no, it expressly says you take the better of the two.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So this one didn't happen. Let's just ignore it.
All right.
I rolled a 16.
All right. So you passed. And did you fail or succeed?
Of course I failed.
All right.
My might pool is now a 3.
Yeah.
3?
So
I'm intellect focused.
I'm just pissed off. That's why I pass. I'm like, oh, let's go.
you all feel searing pain as it feels like you are.
Can I make a player intrusion?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I don't know if this is because you equated it to like poison damage.
Yeah.
In a way. So I have a delve thing called weak strain, which is like poisons or diseases or things like that turn out to be not as debilitating or deadly
Yeah.
as they seem, and like
Oh, this
only
isn't
half
actually-
the damage.
Yeah. This is not like it's not like a poison in that way.
Okay,
So-
but I was like, I could describe it as my integration with Hana gave us some buffer, and it extended to this travel. It only deals half the damage.
Okay.
Let me take the pain. It's fine.
I don't like the pain.
I'm super fine with it. I'm super fine with it.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So yeah, you basically you feel like yourself being unmade, being separated. Every single atom of your being is split off from its others, and then put back together. But yeah, there's a moment of searing pain as this occurs, and everything around you disappears, and immediately is substituted by you're in a new place. You're in front of a crystal in a circular room made of Ariadne architecture and Reborn architecture integrated. And you recognize it, you Guardian, as you're in the interior of the core of the terminal crystal where the beam ends. You're back on the edge of the village of today.
Oh, shield and light. Oh, that freaking hurt. Ah!
That
Naxos, you're holding
No!
in your hands a glowing the thing that was on the altar, the blossom. You have it, and it looks like it's in encased in a blue crystalline sphere.
Christ, why is the world like this?
Prolethea?
Huh?
Did Prolethea need to roll?
Prolethea made it. Yeah. Actually, no, sorry, that was the one from before. I got to do another one. All right.
This
Prolethea did not make it.
um
So yeah,
This-
Prolethea looks like he's been. He looks really exhausted.
that felt
He's like, it's like the day after a big game.
Yeah, when
He's so sore.
when I landed, I like fell basically, and then tried to get up real quick and like look like basically look fine. You know, like
Am I the
Yeah.
one that succeeded?
Nico,
I succeeded.
the Guardian's acting a lot like Rhaenys, and much less like the Guardian in this moment.
okay.
This,
Mostly the swears.
to me, that felt like when I contacted the light the first time,
Yeah.
and my body changed, and so
To me, it felt like what it feels like when we return to these lives, the in between, passing from one life to the next.
I mean,
would
you don't
not
have
do
any. You
that
don't have any memory of
recreationally.
your previous lives.
I'm being dramatic, Al Queen.
Oh, okay.
So wait, I look at this thing.
So there's
like,
another figure in the room with you, and she's like, "Whoa, what are you doing here? Who are you?"
activate aura command again.
All right. No one's supposed to be here. This is authorized personnel only.
Who is this
It's
person?
dangerous. Kids shouldn't be up here.
Don't you know who I am? Who's in charge here?
I mean, I'm on duty.
Then you should be a lot better informed, shouldn't you? What's your name?
Gara.
Gara.
Hi,
Okay.
Gara.
Gara, stop talking for a second. Are you okay?
They're fine.
I'm
They're
alright now.
awesome.
This flower thing, does it look like it's just a flower in a case, or does it like I just sort of like nudge you? I'm like, Gara, could you just, we have to discuss a thing. Could you just turn around for a second?
You're honestly not supposed to be here.
We're with the Guardian. Thank you very much.
Hello.
All right. She looks like she's seen a ghost. Cause you're not dead.
Oh no. What's the date today?
It's end cycle.
I don't know what our year
That means-
nomenclature
no,
is.
it's been 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it's been 7 days. It could have been like
year and 7
777.
days, yeah.
Right. That's why I'm like, I don't know what our date nomenclature is. That's why I'm
All
like,
right. In universe, then she gives you the precise cycle date.
it really is.
It has been a year and 7 days since you left.
See, fair wild nonsense. You're in day kind of shit.
So, but that
A
means
year has passed.
we're due for another like the awakening ceremony.
Yeah,
I mean, our
right.
ascension ceremony. Like
Yeah,
it's
it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at the color of the beam. It's gonna start. It'll start before the next color shift.
We gotta go.
yeah. We
Everybody thinks we're dead?
Yeah. It was a terrible tragedy.
it would have been yes.
Is
well,
there a new Guardian?
No. The school's been abolished.
huh?
The program's gone. It's too dangerous.
Well, the danger wasn't in the school.
Listen, I don't know about this stuff,
We don't got
okay?
time.
Let's
We
go.
don't got time.
Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey,
Just get out of here before I get in trouble.
yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Have a good day.
We weren't here.
Okay. I don't want to get in trouble either. I'm not telling anybody about this.
This flower thing.
It already
does,
sucks. I'm getting I have to miss end cycle.
does it look like it's just a flower, or is there more to it? Like I want to
What do you
inspect it.
I
Like,
mean,
is it Numenera?
yeah, it looks magical.
Right. So I'm like, this mean anything to you?
Argon, you feel a warmth and a kinship, like a resonance. Like there's some aspect of Hana in this flower.
It's Hana.
It's weird though. It almost seems like a symbol of her.
I just kind of like hold on to it a little tighter then.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, let's go to somewhere. What are we even gonna say? Like, we went and we did a thing, and we know stuff, which I assume the people that run the town already knew.
No,
We shouldn't say those things.
just I don't even. Do they know?
Get,
Could they know?
the door. Can we get out the door? We can get out the door today.
We got
We
to.
remember the other worlds. Hana said they were coming from outside. Like
Containment.
we can leave today.
We must.
Let's go. Wait, but how though?
All right. So
Let's
let's
just go.
We're right.
let's
Yeah, we
take,
are moving. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, this is our Sork and Walk and Talk.
Yeah.
All right. So let's take a 10-minute break for people to stream of other types and that sort of thing.
take a-
And then we'll come back
Come
with
back in
with
at
our,
like 2
our
maybe?
group of what's that?
Can we come in back at like 2 just because it's like 1:53?
Yeah, that
That's
sounds
7
good.
minutes.
7-minute break for everybody. Thank you
7
to everybody
minutes.
watching. I hope you're enjoying the story.
Be back in dose.
There's been some very
Nice.
dramatic stuff.
Yeah. I has a magic flower.
you have a
I
magic
have
flower.
someone
Argon
in my
is
head.
is now a union of two hearts.
It's
Two
true.
hearts living in just one
Yeah, you're
mind.
trilling a little bit.
It's true. We're
I learned from the
just
best.
to give you all a glimpse behind the curtain. The part of the reason why we're like lingering here is our good friends at QueueTimes. We're like, so we're gonna take a break at
We
soon.
should warn friends.
It imminently, anytime. We'll be back at 2.